Hi, my name is Belgica, and I'm an actress based out of California, and I make acting related videos all of the time. But today, it's still related to acting because we worked so much on acting things and my channel, which is about acting. But today, I'm going to talk about how I worked with a life coach and how much he has helped me with productivity, with acting and my channel and work in general, any work that I do. So I wanted to share him with you in case you guys also are looking for a life coach or just to hear some of the tips that he did give me as well. But I don't talk a lot about mental health on this channel because it's a sensitive subject to me, and I have struggled for a few years with some, mental health related issues, and I was taking steps to be happier and be better and be more productive. And Justin appeared in my life in such a great moment and helped me out so much. So today we're going to talk to Justin, talk about my experience with him, how he helped me, what his other services are in case you would like to hire him. And in general, we're also going to give you a few tips. So if you aren't financially able to hire him, you'll still be able to get a little tip here and there. So let's talk to Justin.
My name is Justin Chow. I'm an actor and I'm a certified ULA life coach. I love working with actors and people of all shapes and sizes. And I've been doing it for about 3 years now. Been an actor now for about 10 years. And I love it. I love what I do.
So we know each other from acting, of course, in the Bay Area. I was really needing some kind of help now that I was going to be working at home alone. And that's something that I struggled with so
Mhm.
much, was being home alone for some reason and not having human interaction. So
Yeah.
I randomly on Facebook put, anybody want to be my accountability buddy, anything? And then Justin commented.
I jumped at the opportunity because I know how difficult it is running your own business, being an actor in this pandemic, and what it's done to us. I like to use the phrase solitude versus isolation. It plays tricks on your mind, and so your coaching request was really very simple. It was accountability. I want somebody to hold me accountable. I need accountability. We all do, and it's something I'm actually really good at, I think.
You are very good at keeping me accountable. When we were working together, we would meet for 15 minutes. Sometimes it would go over a little bit. It was really helpful to just know, okay, every Wednesday I'm going to meet with Justin. I'm going to tell him, what's been going good, what's been going not so great. And then you would give me some really cool things that I still use to this day.
Great. What do you use? What do you still use?
So I still sing, put on a song before
Yes.
I film a video to get my energy up because I used to struggle a lot with not feeling like doing something. And it's just
Mm.
because I've been sitting on a computer for 5 hours or been sitting, just moping. And once I get to singing and I listen to that song and I'm setting up, I have so much energy and I'm strangely so much more inspired just by doing that physical action. And then the three things. So when we were doing it together, you told me to do it on a postcard, which I don't have anymore because now I do it on my planner. Yeah. And on one side, I would write the goal. And on the other side, I would write the three things that I could get done today to
Good.
go towards that goal. Funny enough, I ended up ordering a 2021 planner, and at the top, they have my game changer goal, and it's 3 lines. So it's funny
Good.
that it's like exactly what you were telling me, but now because this is what I try to journal a little bit, give my ideas. Now I do it on here. And those are some small, what seems like small exercises, but it helps me set up my
Yeah.
day to be really productive. Every day it's like, okay, I just got these three things, and those three things always turn out to be something that make me feel good because I'm proactively working towards a specific goal.
And it keeps you specific and you can look at them and grow. And this is a great way to actually see what action steps work and what don't work. A lot of times we just do a to-do list and it gives us anxiety because we don't know what that to-do list is tied to. It's not tied to a goal or a specific outcome. So a lot of people feel lost when they write that to-do list. Doing your action steps tied to your goal can actually focus you. And that's the key word that I use with you is how do we focus on getting what you want? And this little note card is backed by science. It's why it works so well with people is because human beings often overcomplicate everything. And this boils it down to let me look at it visually and let me every day remind myself what that goal is.
When close friends of mine tell me they're struggling with something, I always say, okay, what little thing can you do today to make that
Yeah.
better? So I'm even sharing the love of what you taught me with my close friends whenever they're struggling with something, because I don't know where it happened, but now I love being home alone and being productive and filming videos and work on acting and on my YouTube channel. So it's like me, just a few months ago and even years ago, because I've always struggled with being home alone. Now I just feel so much better when I'm alone and I'm more.
What was the shift? What was the mental shift? Because there was a mental shift.
What was the mental shift?
I could tell you. Can I tell you?
Yes, please tell me.
The mental shift, I believe, was you started being grateful for actually being at home. When at the very beginning, it felt like a curse. It felt like we're being restrained and isolated. But when you start to feel the value of, hey, this is my time. I get to heal. I get to be rested. I don't have to go anywhere. And I get to be a storyteller and run my YouTube page. That's what it is. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude.
That's so true.
You
And gratitude
can feel
towards,
it.
yeah, and gratitude towards myself. I've always had family, roommates, boyfriend around,
Yeah.
and learning to live alone or learning to simply be in a space alone has allowed me to come back to who I am, like the happy person that I actually am, and liking me and not needing to be around other people and needing to please other people. Like a lot of the things I do, of course, connect with people, actually
Right.
subscribe to my channel, actually casting me for whatever. I am now doing these things because first I like them, and then they just happen to also incorporate other people. Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you
I'm
so
so
much.
happy for you. One of the big questions I get on the weekly is, so what is a life coach? How is it different from therapy? What's a consultant? What's a counselor? And I'll just tell you the basics between a therapist and a life coach. Therapy is often based on the medical model. I diagnose you. It's often based on the past. The phrase we use is therapy takes you from suffering to baseline. I just want to feel myself again. I have these relationships. I have hidden trauma, and therapy is really effective for people. I was in therapy for quite a while. And life coaching is taking you from baseline to thriving. Why are there certain things in my life that just aren't happening? In college, I had all this energy, but now that I'm working in the professional world, I feel like I don't have any balance in my life. Certain things are going well, but certain things are not. So a life coach is somebody that holds you accountable. You don't need a degree. Although I am certified, I could have done it without a certification. It's really about holding somebody accountable. There's also the critic. Now, some of us grew up with critics in our lives, legalistic parents who said, these are the rules, you follow them or else. And critics often break us. We hate them. We don't like their feedback. We don't know what to do with it. We become people pleasers trying to get their love. A critic often hides. A coach needs to be vulnerable. I share my pain points. I share my mistakes. And I actively watch somebody not to make perfection, but to make progress. And there's the fourth category, which is a consultant. Now, a lot of businesses hire consultants. You can hire a consultant to help you make money. A
You can hire
consultant
a consultant
uses
for acting even.
for acting even,
Yeah.
which uses a very analytical way of measuring success. Consultants aren't bad. They're very result oriented. In 6 months, if your business doesn't go from here to here, you should fire me. Oftentimes people don't like consultants because once they're done, they're done. There's no real relationship there. It's all statistics. Now, some people do need a consultant, but I would say most people need a coach.
Mhm.
Coaching can help you get from A to B quicker. And they can often hold you accountable and see the things that you're missing. We don't diagnose people. I often refer people to therapy. Hey, you're going through something and I'd love for you to talk to so and so. I also don't criticize my clients. It just doesn't work. Judgment never works. If I have somebody that is a drug addict and is struggling, I don't say your drugs are bad. I say, okay, let's work on why you're doing this and how we can get you out of it.
Yeah.
So those are the basic differences.
As an actress working with an actor, it was really helpful because not only do you know how to like coach me as a life coach, but you are also in the shoes of an actor. If I was struggling with, let's say, my self-tape auditions, then you could relate and you could also, give me tips on like, hey, like, I've actually been using this app to film mine. You can try it if you want, little things like that are also
Yeah.
really helpful. And I had never worked with a life coach, and you felt like, I mean, you are a friend, but you felt like a really good friend that
Well, thanks.
happened to be, supporting me and just being like, hey, you're doing great. And when we went through all of the things that I had done, the goals that I didn't meet, the goals that I did meet, and all of that, that was really helpful because I would not have done that on my own. I could think about, oh, what did I even do, in 2020? The questions that you gave me and the way that you allowed me to think about it was really helpful to process and to have gratitude towards the things that I did do.
Thanks for saying that. I really appreciate it. And working with you is great. One of the reasons I love working with actors is actors inherently need to be generous and they need to be good listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I work with non-actors, sometimes I'll do a session for 30 minutes and they didn't pick up on anything because they're not really listening. So I love, yeah, I love actors
That's so
because
frustrating.
actors just in general are running their own business. I say that they're running gun CEOs of their own business and they need help. I need help. I know the pitfalls of actors. I know FOMO, imposter syndrome. I don't feel like I'm enough. And those things can wreck your energy. A few years ago, I hired a life coach. He kept me accountable. I was telling myself I'm a great storyteller, but I wasn't necessarily doing all the work. The commonality between those four groups is they all measure something, but the metric system for each is different. The metric system for coaching is very simple. What are your action steps? It's
Mm-hmm.
that simple.
Yeah.
So I use care and kindness and serving people. That's essential. That's something that actors and coaches have in common. My job isn't to take from you. My job is to give you as much value and to serve you as much as possible.
Do you want to talk about the discovery call and how other people can get in contact with you? And if somebody else wants to work with you, how they can do that?
Absolutely. So a discovery call is not a sales call. I'm not pitching myself to you. If you want more information, you can go to my website, justaskjustin.com, and there's a little emailer there. Just send me a message. What a discovery call is intended to do is, number one, figure out your pain points. Number two, are we going to work well together? And number three, time. How much time do you want to spend on this? I don't accept every client. Within maybe 5 or 10 minutes of talking to someone, I can almost always tell if we'll work well together. Some people just want a counselor. They just want somebody to listen. And that's fine, but that's not what I do. I'm a coach, and this is why you are great to work with. I'm adamant about the person being ready. Now, when a person doesn't know what they want, that's a problem. So a discovery call is just that. I'm trying to discover what is it that you want and how far are you willing to go. It usually takes about 20, 30 minutes. I ask a series of questions and we go from there.
During our first meeting, you asked me about my goals, and I was like, Justin, I got them. I got specifics. I have dates. I got them, And also, I completely agree with seeing if you can work well together, because when I was looking for a therapist in, I think, 2019, I felt bad meeting a therapist and then being like, sorry, we don't really work together. That's something important that I didn't know about, is like, don't feel bad for telling people, you're not a great fit for me, because there's other people they're going to be able to work with. Just like auditions, when somebody doesn't cast you, it's not personal. Maybe you don't have the
Right.
right hair type or the hair color.
Right. And that's high level maturity. It's not personal. You just have to find the right person, the
Mhm.
right energy for you. Because you can waste a lot of time talking and trying to get somewhere. 6 months go by and you realize, I don't really know what I did here. I've definitely felt that. The therapist I currently have is my fourth therapist. And I love it. I love being with this person. This person keeps me accountable. She asks me great questions and she doesn't push me in a way that I don't want to be pushed.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm specifically looking for more actors. I love working with actors. I think actors don't need any more agents or managers. There's a lot of training out there. What actors need, I believe, is learning how to be comfortable in their own skin. They need to learn how to run a business. In my certification program, we talk about the 7 F's: fitness, finance, family, field, faith, friends, and fun. And a lot of us don't know how to put that all together. So when I coach people, I look for all these things. And if you go to my website, there's actually a free test that you can take. We call it the ULA wheel. It's 100% free. This is how we measure where we are in life. On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you say your fitness is? On a scale of 1 to 10, how are your relationships, family? On a scale of 1 to 10, friends. A lot of us sacrifice friends. I can't go to that wedding. I can't go to that event. You're
Mhm.
doing that on the weekend. I got to do this self-tape. I got to go to rehearsal. Sorry. That used to be something we used to say before the pandemic.
Right.
Sorry, I'm in rehearsal. We
Yeah.
sacrifice a lot, but there's an expense to that sacrifice, time, energy. So I think loving actors, being an actor myself, I'm looking for actors to coach. Discovery calls are always free, and my packages are pretty, I don't want to say cheap, but I
Fairly
think they're
priced.
fairly priced. I love that. Yes. How can I help your page? How's your page doing? How can I serve and get the message out there? I think you're running an incredible page. You're seeing actors who don't really. That's actually great advice. I saw your subscription number. I think you're almost at 9,000. Way to go! But
Yeah.
you have a bigger goal. What's your big goal?
My goal for the year was going to be 15,000, but Justin was like, "Come on, let's do it a little more." So my goal for 2021 is to get to 20,000 subscribers. And my channel is to help other actors and show them how I'm doing it. So whenever I get an audition opportunity, something like that, I share it with you guys. Whenever I know information, I share it with you guys. I want to be a place where I can honestly give you all of my experiences and my opinions in this industry, in hopes that you can have that information more easily and less filtered. I really enjoy sharing all of my experiences and information. I like this being part of my acting career because I talk about acting, so I connect the two worlds, and I'm really enjoying it.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes.
How hard is it putting a video together? Because I don't think people who don't do this know it's hard. It's not easy. You're not just filming and talking. You're putting it together, editing it, lighting it,
Yeah.
creating a storyline.
Time wise, I would say each video might take me 6 to 10 hours on average,
Wow.
but every once in a while, I struggle with making sure that all of the information's in the video. So every once in a while, I'll film it a bunch of times and then I'll edit it a bunch. One of the videos that I published earlier this year, it took me 20 hours to edit. I know, because I kept, needing to maybe make it a little shorter. It still turned out to be a 30-minute video, but that video took me so long. Coming up with ideas is, I really love it, but then after the ideas, you want to do research and you want to learn, or I want to learn as I'm making these videos. I know this much. What more can I learn to share with everybody and to learn myself? Editing's a lot of work, filming, sometimes even on bad days when I don't feel so great, videos can either make me feel worse because I'm like, I can't even film a video today. And a lot of the times they make me feel better because I know I'm going to be sharing information with people that is going to be helpful. And in the action of creating is something that I love. So it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of love and a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Justin, for coming on my channel. You guys should definitely go check out his website and see if you can work with him, because I really enjoyed working with him as an actress. He just helped me out so much in everything. But thank you so much for watching. At the end of every video, I feature another channel. This is today's feature. If you would like to be featured on my next video, make sure you're subscribed, leave me a comment, and like this video.